God, Doug, what happened? Are you okay? Jeez. Oh wait, did you go after those Deku scrubs again? Seriously, man, you have a problem. These nuts are very tasty, but you shouldn't go after them. Well, I guess it's a good time as any to actually make a health potion. What do you think? Yeah. Alright. Well, we'll get you shipshape in no time. After all, with the right ingredients, you can make a tasty and healthy taste.
Hello friends, welcome to Cook That Video Game, where we cook foods better and the feeling of beating Ganondorf without losing a single heart. Not that I would know. But anyway, my name is Doug Grosser, and I am your nerdy cook. And today, we are going to be making potions from, let's be honest, a lot of video games. But for me, the one that comes to mind is The Legend of Zelda. If you are to traverse the world of Hyrule, or just the world in general, you're going to want to keep healthy. That means keeping your hearts at max. You don't have to be a witch to concoct potions to keep you at full health. We are going to be making the famous red potion, which will keep your health at max, with all the healthy antioxidants and delicious ingredients that go into it. We're also going to make the blue potion, which will also have the added benefit of having ingredients keeping your mind sharp, which obviously I need right now. But let's get to it. But how do we make potions? How do we make delicious drinks out of just fruits, vegetables, or whatever you have lying around? Well, there are many different ways and there's no wrong answer. But my rule of thumb, the one that I love using, is what I like to call the 33, 22, 1, and flavoring rule. Where you take 3 parts base and 3 parts similar base, 2 parts complementary, and 2 parts different. Maybe add 1 depending on what you're doing, and flavorings, whether that be additional ingredients on top of it, just small portions, or sweeteners, depending on what you actually have. If you have sweet enough fruit or sweet enough vegetables, yes, they do exist. If you have enough of it, you don't need a sweetener. But what do I mean? Let's show by example. Start off with 1 pound beets and your 1 pound carrots. You're also going to need 2/3 of a pound, because if you're reducing 3/3 by 1, that's 2/3. So what do we use? Well, if we want to keep the doctor away and keep our hearts nice and healthy, best thing to do is apples. You can use almost any apple for the potion recipe, but I recommend something that is tart. You can use Granny Smith, Jonah Gold, but my favorite, Pink Lays, which are juicy and tart. And our next ingredient, pears, which actually have just as much vitamin C as an orange. Now we have a bunch of sweet and a little bit of tart. So how are we going to cut it? With 1 more tart. We're going to use the juice of an orange. Bonus points if you use a blood orange. Gotta get that as much red as possible. But if you don't have access to blood oranges, a navel orange will be just fine. Now we will have sweet and tart mixed together. So we are going to add 1 more flavoring that not only helps your digestion, not only helps make you feel good, but also has a great flavor. Ginger. We're going to use 1 knob peeled of ginger. So before we actually put everything to the juicer, we're going to prep all our work. Because everything's going to the juicer, you don't have to worry about peeling all the vegetables, or even most of the fruit. All you have to really do is make sure that you don't have any weird stems, weird tops, or anywhere where there's seeds. So, what are we going to do? We're going to get rid of the tops of the carrots. bottoms of the beets and cut those guys in half. Another reason why I use beets for my red potion, because I only drink the blood of my enemies. The blood color that you get from many vegetables and fruits are actually coming from a compound called anthocyanin. A lot of scientists don't fully understand what anthocyanin does, but what we do know is that it does help prevent cancer, it can help regulate your body's digestion, it can also help detox your body. So while we may not fully understand anthocyanin at the moment, we do know that it is very healthy for you, healthy enough to bump up those hearts. Once you have the veggies done, set those aside. Now it's time to work on the fruits. For fruits, they're not that difficult. Simply make sure you get rid of any paper products that you don't want to eat. And all we really have to do is make sure that it can actually go through the funnel within our juicer. Don't worry if you get a little seed like that in there. All you have to do, just let gravity do the work. Continue with the rest. Same with the pears. Now we got the apples and pears done. Now it's time to work on the citrus. We need to get rid of the outside layer of the orange. Though there's lots of different ways to do this, I just prefer the old-fashioned schoolyard peel and eat technique. Get rid of the last little nub at the bottom. Boop. Don't worry about the extra white stuff, the pip, on the orange, because it'll just get shot out. And now that we've prepped our fruit and vegetables, all we have to do now is prep our flavoring. The ginger, while it may seem like it'd be a tedious task, there's one quick and easy way to actually do it. A spoon. Simply, especially for a nice young piece of ginger like this, all you need is simply scrape the skin off. Another fun quick tip for you. Now, like I said before, this is merely flavoring, and I like ginger, so that's why I have such a big piece. But you can easily go half of that, and I recommend starting at half, barely an ounce of ginger first before you ramp it up. Try it with a little bit before you go double. Now, let's make our potion. Now, once you have your juicer set up, hold on a second. Now, as I was saying, once you have your juicer set up, what? You didn't know that I could set up appliances just by snapping? Well, you never asked. Anyway, once you have your juicer set up, all you need to do, grab your ingredients, and put her to work. Let it come to a stop. Now, it may be a little foamy, but that is some grade A potion right there. Oh, what? You mean you don't have a juicer? Not to worry. We can also make do with this. You just need a blender instead of a juicer. You can use almost any juicing recipe in a blender. You just have to do a little more prep. For example, if you have any hard vegetables or not so ripe fruit, you're going to have to peel them and you're going to have to cube them up. This will allow the blender not to have such a hard time working on it. Also, if you want to have a very non-pulpy potion at the end, you want to make sure that you can actually remove all the stuff. How you do that is take a strainer, line it with cheesecloth, and then pour your mixture through it. You can just take the leftover pulp and throw it out, or throw it inside your compost. Whatever you want to do. Make sure also, when you use cheesecloth, unfold it all the way. For years I've had this problem where I would try to push things through cheesecloth, and nothing would ever go through. Because little did I know, cheesecloth has more than one layer. So make sure you get it down to the fine. So you already saw the red potion, let's make the blue potion. Now our potion may not look exactly like the blue potion from Legend of Zelda, but there's a quick fix for that. But honestly, it doesn't need it. It looks beautiful and tastes really, really nice. If it's still a little too much on the tart side, if you have different kinds of strawberries that are a little more sour, or if you have even a very tart apple, you may want to add a tablespoon of honey for a little extra flavoring. I hope you learned something with me today. Well, it's dangerous to go out alone, and you deserve this. There you go, bud. Good, right? Yeah, it's good. Stay awesome, and stay weird, my friends. Hope you're feeling better after that potion. Please hit like and subscribe down below. It really does help out. Also, while you're down there, please leave suggestions of what you would like to see. You want to see something from a movie? You want to see something from an anime? Well, guess what? We can make it together. Just leave it down in the description below. Again, stay awesome and stay weird. I may be asking you to drink your veggies, but at least I'm not heartless.